What if the most powerful engine in the 2027 Ford F-150 lineup isn't the massive supercharged V8 everyone expects, but a turbocharged V6 that quietly rewrites the rules of what a full-size truck can do? That is exactly what the enhanced 3.5-liter EcoBoost delivers. And once you understand the full picture, you will see why this engine is the real story of the 2027 F-150. Ford arrives at the 2027 model year with a clear mission. Power, capability, and performance refinement are the pillars of this new lineup. The moment you look at the full range of available powertrains, you realize Ford is not playing around. You have 6 major engine options. The 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6 keeps things light and efficient with solid torque. The 5.0-liter TI VCT V8 gives you that traditional American V8 character. The standard 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 sits in the middle of the range. The 3.5-liter PowerBoost full hybrid blends gasoline and electric power for improved efficiency. Then you have the high-output 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, reserved exclusively for the Raptor trim. And at the very top, the 5.2-liter supercharged V8 in the Raptor R, which is Ford's ultimate performance statement. That context matters, because it shows where the high-output EcoBoost sits in the hierarchy. It is not the entry-level option. It is not the absolute ceiling either. It lives in a very deliberate position, engineered to deliver maximum performance without the extreme penalties that come with going full supercharged V8. This is not an accident. It is a calculated engineering decision that turns out to be the smartest move in the entire 2027 lineup. Before jumping straight to the high-output version, the standard 3.5-liter EcoBoost deserves genuine respect. This engine produces approximately 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers enable a maximum towing capacity of around 13,500 pounds when properly equipped. Payload capacity reaches up to 2,440 pounds depending on configuration. What makes this engine work so well day to day is the combination of twin turbochargers and Ford's port and direct injection system, which keeps power accessible across a wide range of engine speeds. Torque arrives early in the rev range, which is exactly what you want when hauling heavy loads or pulling a trailer on the highway. For buyers who want strong work performance, highway capability, and some off-road ability, the standard version is a genuinely balanced package. Now shift your attention to the high-output version, because this is where things get seriously interesting. The high-output 3.5-liter EcoBoost produces approximately 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. Those extra numbers alone would be enough to grab attention, but the real story goes much deeper than the peak figures. Think about what it actually takes to produce elevated power reliably under extreme conditions. Heat, high altitude, long, steep climbs. You cannot just bolt on bigger turbos and call it done. Ford has invested heavily in improved cooling systems, enhanced intercooling, revised exhaust design, and refined engine calibration. These upgrades work together to ensure boost pressure stays consistent and engine durability holds up over time. Any experienced off-road driver or engine tuner will tell you that this kind of engineering detail is what separates a genuinely capable engine from one that just looks impressive on paper. The torque delivery of the high-output version is also worth understanding in detail. Peak horsepower and torque numbers attract attention in advertisements, but what actually determines how a truck feels to drive is how usable those numbers are across the entire rev range. The high-output EcoBoost reaches peak torque earlier than you might expect and sustains it well. That translates to confident acceleration from a standstill, strong passing power on the highway, and controlled response when climbing grades or pulling heavy loads. The twin turbochargers are tuned to minimize lag, and the injection system is calibrated to deliver clean, knock-free combustion under boost pressure. Off-road capability is where this engine truly comes alive. The Raptor is not engineered for straight-line drag racing. It is built for desert runs, rocky trails, and repeated hard usage in punishing conditions. The high-output EcoBoost is matched with reinforced components throughout: stronger cooling, revised engine oiling, upgraded air intake and filtration, a more robust intercooler system, and electronic calibration refined specifically for demanding terrain. These elements combine to keep the engine performing honestly in situations where lesser power plants would begin to fade or suffer damage. This is an engine built to go back out the next morning after a hard day on the trail. Now consider how the high-output EcoBoost compares to the Raptor R's 5.2-liter supercharged V8. That V8 produces approximately 720 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque. The raw numbers are spectacular, and the sound of a supercharged V8 is something that simply cannot be replicated. But the comparison reveals something genuinely insightful. The V8 delivers extreme output and serious brand image, but it carries significant weight, drinks fuel aggressively, and demands a lot from every supporting system around it. The high-output EcoBoost, by contrast, delivers performance that is nearly comparable in the real world, with better efficiency, less added mass, and greater versatility. For the vast majority of Raptor buyers, the EcoBoost version gives you everything you actually need without asking you to accept the full cost and complexity of a supercharged V8. The 2027 upgrades extend well beyond engine output. Ford has refined the port and direct injection system for better fuel atomization, improved combustion efficiency, and more stable performance under boost. The 10-speed automatic transmission, available across nearly all engine options, keeps the engine operating in its most efficient power range more consistently. It pairs naturally with the turbo boost curves, reducing dead spots and improving response. For Raptor buyers, terrain management modes including Baja mode allow the engine, transmission, throttle response, cooling system, and suspension to adapt together as a complete system. This level of integration is what makes the high-output EcoBoost so effective across such a wide range of conditions. Honest ownership means acknowledging the trade-offs. Fuel economy will be lower with the high-output version, especially underload or off-road. Aggressive boost levels and higher thermal demands mean air filters, oil changes, and cooling system maintenance deserve closer attention. The Raptor's added structural weight also makes it a more complex machine than a standard F-150. For buyers who primarily tow heavy trailers or spend most of their time on the highway, the standard EcoBoost or the PowerBoost hybrid may actually be the smarter long-term choice. But for off-road enthusiasts, for drivers who want real acceleration, serious toughness, and the ability to handle punishing terrain day after day, the high-output 3.5-liter EcoBoost hits the sweet spot perfectly. It delivers nearly 450 horsepower with turbo efficiency, versatile performance across multiple conditions, and engineering refinement that goes well beyond simply raising boost pressure. Ford did not just make this engine louder or more aggressive on paper. They made it genuinely better in every way that matters to real drivers. That is exactly what makes the 2027 F-150's high-output EcoBoost the engine that shocks everyone, including people who already knew what a modern truck engine could be.